Hello everyone and welcome to today's session. And today we'll be discussing the NEET previous year questions for the chapter Biological Classification. Before starting this lecture, I just want to give you one information that the images, text and other materials used in our presentations are for education purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@itk.ac.in and we shall remove the content immediately. Please note that parts of the content may have been generated using generative AI, which is experimental. So what are the objectives of today's session? So we'll discuss the NEET PYQs and we will understand the core concepts which are related to the chapter Biological Classification. So these questions, these PYQs, they are based on some concepts. So we will understand these concepts by discussing these questions. Okay, so we are going to discuss NEET PYQs. Let's begin with this question. The chromatophores take part in. Okay, what are the options here? Respiration, photosynthesis, growth, and movement. Okay, so does chromatophores take part in respiration or photosynthesis or growth or movement? So what will be the answer for this question? Let's have a look at the answer. Okay, so answer is photosynthesis. Let's have a look at the explanation. The chromatophores are specialized cell organelles that contain pigments and are found in various organisms. They are also found in photosynthetic bacteria. So what are chromatophores? They are pigmented membrane-bound vesicles that contains the pigments. Okay, what kind of pigments? Like bacterial chlorophyll. This is present in bacteria. So they play a crucial role in photosynthesis because they consist of photosynthetic pigments such as bacterial chlorophyll, which is present in bacteria, and carotenoids. Next question, the structures that help some bacteria to attach to rocks and to the host tissues are. Okay, you have to name the structure which is present in bacteria. Okay, so you should read the question very carefully. All the information is given in the question. So they are telling you there are some structures which are present in bacteria, and these structures help the bacteria to attach to the rocks or to the host tissue. What are these structures called? What are the options here? Option number A is holdfast. Second option is rhizoids. Third is fimbriae. And fourth is mesosomes. So what will be the answer? Let's have a look at the answer. Okay, the answer is option number 3, fimbriae, not option number 2 or 1 or 4. Correct answer is option number 3, fimbriae. Let's have a look at the explanation. So rhizoids. Okay, which was option number 2. What are rhizoids? Rhizoids, these are the structure present in the lower plants. Okay, such as bryophytes and algae. So these rhizoids, they are root-like. They are root-like structures and they help in the absorption. Like roots, they also help in the absorption. Okay, they help in the absorption of the minerals and the water. Okay. Now, fimbriae, these are small brush-like projections coming out of the cell, and they are known to help bacteria anchor to rocks in the streams and host tissues. So fimbriae is the correct answer here. Then mesosomes, these are the extensions of the plasma membrane. Okay. What are mesosomes? Simply they are the extensions of the plasma membrane into the cell wall. Now they may be in the form of vesicles, tubules, and lamellae. They help in cell wall synthesis also, DNA replication, cellular respiration, as well as secretions. Then what is holdfast? Holdfast is again, it is a root-like structure that help the aquatic sessile organisms. Okay, sessile means static, they are not moving. So they help these sessile organisms like seaweed or algae to attach to the substrate. This is known as the holdfast. Clear? So answer here is fimbriae. Okay. So fimbriae, they are the brush-like projections, or they are, you can say, thin hair-like appendages, which is found in the bacteria. And they help the bacteria attach to the surfaces. So answer will be fimbriae. Okay, correct answer is fimbriae here. Fimbriae, we have already discussed the definition of fimbriae. They help the bacteria to adhere to, okay, these surfaces. Next question, the imperfect fungi which are decomposers of litter and help in mineral cycling belongs to. Okay, they're talking about the imperfect fungi, fungi imperfecta. And they are saying they are decomposers of the litter, means they are the decomposers of the organic matter. Okay, and decomposers, you know what is the function of decomposer? They help in mineral cycling. So these imperfect fungi, they belong to which class they are asking? What are the options here? Ascomycetes, Eutromycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Phycomycetes. So what will be the correct answer? The correct answer is Deuteromycetes. Let's have a look at the answer here. So Deuteromycetes, they are known as imperfect fungi because no sexual stage or sexual phase is observed in the Deuteromycetes. Only the sexual phase has been discovered. Once the sexual phase is discovered, then they are shifted to Ascomycetes or Basidiomycetes. So members of this Deuteromycetes, they are usually saprophytes, okay, or decomposers, you can say. Okay, here no sexual stage is observed and they are decomposers, so they help in the mineral cycling. So next question, pick up the wrong statement. You have to pick up the false statement here. Okay. So what are the options here? First option is nuclear membrane is present in Monera. Okay. Next is second option, cell wall is absent in Animalia. So Kingdom Animalia includes all the animals. Kingdom Monera includes all the unicellular prokaryotes. Then third is Protista have photosynthetic and heterotrophic modes of nutrition. So is this statement true or false? And then fourth is some fungi are edible. So what will be the correct answer for this question? The correct answer is option number 1. The nuclear membrane is present in Monera. This is actually a wrong statement. It is a false statement. So what is the reason for this? So the members of Kingdom Monera, or you can say the Monerans, they are unicellular prokaryotes. They are single-celled prokaryotes. And what are the features of the prokaryotes? They lack the true nucleus. Okay, nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane is absent. Instead of nucleus, they have nucleoid. Nucleoid, what is nucleoid? It is a region where the genetic material is present. Suppose DNA is a genetic material in bacteria. So it is a region where the genetic material is present. Then prokaryotes, they do not have cell-bound membrane organelles. Okay. So nuclear membrane is not present in the members of kingdom Monera. Okay, so Monera includes unicellular prokaryotic organisms, meaning that they doesn't have a well-defined nuclear membrane bound nucleus, means they don't have a true nucleus, and they don't have membrane bound cell organelles. Animal cells, they do not have cell walls. Okay, so no cell wall is present in the animal cells. Okay, so this statement is true. Now cell wall is present in plant cell. Cell wall is also present in the bacteria also, fungi also. In plant, the cell wall is composed of cellulose. And then in fungi, the cell wall is composed of chitin. In bacteria, cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Now, kingdom protista. Kingdom protista are eukaryotes and they exhibit different modes of nutrition. Okay. Kingdom protista, they are unicellular eukaryotes. So, within protista, euglenoids, they show both autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So, you must be knowing about euglena. So, in the presence of light, they can photosynthesize. They can do photosynthesis. Means they are autotrophic. And in the absence of the sunlight, they become heterotrophs. So they have both animal-like and plant-like features. This statement is also true. Now, some of the organisms that fall under protistans are photosynthetic autotrophs, means they can produce their own food in the presence of sunlight. Okay. And some are heterotrophs also, they are dependent on other organisms for food. If we talk about protozoans, they are also heterotrophic. Okay, they can cause a lot of diseases. Slime molds, they are saprophytic. Then diatoms, they are photosynthetic autotrophs. So protista include organisms that are photosynthetic also, and they are heterotrophic also. You should remember the examples of photosynthetic autotrophs. Example is diatoms. Okay, heterotrophs example is protozoans. Slime molds are also heterotrophs. Then euglena, they are autotrophs also, and they are heterotroph also, depending on the presence or absence of light. Now fungi, they are eukaryotes. They produce spores and they are non-green plants. Fungi, they are edible. Okay, some of the mushrooms are fungi, they are edible. And some of the fungi, they have medicinal properties also. Some antibiotics has also been isolated from the fungi, such as penicillin has been isolated from the fungus Penicillium. Fungus also have cancer, you can say. It can be used to treat cancer also. So some of the products has been isolated from fungi that can help in fighting cancer and to treat heart disease as well. Now let's discuss this question. This question is regarding denitrification. So denitrification is done by, first of all, you should know what is denitrification. So there is a process nitrification and there is a process known as denitrification. You will study about this when you will talk about the atmospheric nitrogen fixation. Here in denitrification, what happens at the end of denitrification, what is produced? Atmospheric nitrogen is produced again. Nitrogen gas is produced again. Okay, so what are the options? Option number A is Pseudomonas, B is Nitrosomonas, third is Nitrobacter, and fourth is Nitrococcus. So what will be the answer for this question? Let's have a look at the answer. Remember, they are talking about denitrification, not nitrification. Let's have a look at the answer here. Answer is Pseudomonas. Pseudomonas helps in denitrification. Now let's have a look at the explanation here. So what happens here? So rhizobium is a bacteria which converts atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. Then what happens? Then the nitrification starts when the ammonia is produced from atmospheric nitrogen. This ammonia is converted into nitrite, and then it is converted into nitrate. So this process is known as nitrification. But the question is regarding denitrification. Here rhizobium is involved from ammonia to nitrite. Here nitrosomonas is involved, and nitrite to nitrate. Here nitrobacter is involved. Now finally the nitrate is formed. Now the nitrate formed is absorbed by the plants through the roots, and it is transported to the leaves. Now in leaves what happens? This nitrate is reduced to form the ammonia, and this ammonia finally forms the amine group in the amino acid. So amino acid has two functional groups, carboxylic group and the amine group. So this ammonia gets incorporated as amine group of the amino acids, means the NH2 group. Now the nitrate which is present in soil is also reduced to nitrogen gas by the process of denitrification. So denitrification, basically reverse of nitrification is happening. Clear? So nitrate is converted into nitrite again. Then nitrite is converted into nitric oxide. Then nitric oxide is converted into nitrous oxide, and nitrous oxide is finally converted into nitrogen gas. And Pseudomonas is involved in denitrification. Other bacteria are also involved in denitrification, such as Thiobacillus. Okay. Denitrification is carried out by bacteria like Pseudomonas and Thiobacillus. Okay, at the end of denitrification, again nitrogen gas is formed. Clear? So there will be nitrate. From nitrate, nitrite will be formed. From nitrate, nitric oxide is formed, then nitrous oxide is formed, N2O. N2O is nitrous oxide. This is NO, nitric oxide. Okay, this is nitric oxide, this is nitrous oxide, and finally nitrogen is formed. Next question, which of the following statement is wrong for the viroids? Means you have to select the false statement here. Okay, regarding viroids. So what are the options here? Option number 1 is they lack a protein code. So do viroids, they lack a protein code. Next is they are smaller than the viruses. Third is they cause infections. And fourth is the RNA is of high molecular weight. So what will be the correct answer? Let's have a look at the answer. So here the correct answer is the RNA is of high molecular weight, means option 4 is the correct answer. Okay, so let's have a look at the explanation here. So viroids, they can cause infections. So basically viroids, they are free RNA and they lack the protein coat. Okay, that's why they are smaller than the viruses as also. And viroids, they cause plant infections. Okay, and they can cause disease like potato spindle tuber disease. So you should remember the name of this disease. Okay, and the RNA is of low molecular weight, not of high molecular weight. So they are just made up of free RNA. They lack the protein code. Okay, protein code is present in viruses. So they are just free RNA. They lack protein code, hence the name viroid. Okay, the RNA is of low molecular weight. They lack the protein code. They are smaller than viruses. They cause infections in plants. RNA is low molecular weight. Next question, one of the major components of cell wall of fungi. So this is a very straightforward question here. What is the component of cell wall of the fungi? So fungi also have a cell wall. What is the composition of the cell wall? What are the options? One is chitin, second is peptidoglycan, third is cellulose, fourth is hemicellulose. So what will be the answer for this question? Let's have a look at the answer. So answer will be option number 1, chitin. Let's have a look at the explanation. So fungal cell wall is predominantly composed of carbohydrate polymers, which are interspersed with the glycoproteins. Now, there are 3 major components found in all fungi. Okay. First is beta glucans, which are the polymer of glucose. Then there is chitin, which is a polymer of N-acetyl glucosamine. So remember this. They can ask you this in the exam as well. You should remember chitin is what? It is a polymer of N-acetyl glucosamine. So usually the cell wall of fungi, they consist of 3 components, beta glucans. Okay. Then chitin, which is a polymer of N-acetyl glucosamine, and mannans. But majority, this chitin is this is the major component. While these 3 components are intermingled throughout the cell, chitin tends to predominate, okay, in these cell walls. Okay, chitin is thought to mostly add structural strength to the cell wall. So what is the role of the chitin? It provides structural strength to the cell wall. Let's discuss this question. Chrysophytes, euglenoids, dinoflagellates, and slime molds are included under which kingdom? Again, a very straightforward question. For the option, kingdom Animalia, kingdom Protista, kingdom Monera, and kingdom Fungi. So what will be the correct answer for this question? Let's have a look at the answer. The answer is second option, Protista, kingdom Protista. Let's have a look at the explanation. So R.H. Whitaker proposed the 5 kingdom classification, in which Protista is a kingdom that comprises organisms that are unicellular, means single-celled, but they are prokaryotic. Means it includes organisms which are unicellular eukaryotes. Now its members may be autotrophic or heterotrophic. Autotrophic are organisms which can produce their own food which can produce their own food. Then heterotrophic, organism which obtain nutrients from other organism. Now primarily these organisms are aquatic. The Protista kingdom has been divided into chrysophytes, euglenoids, dinoflagellates, and slime molds. Okay, so all of these are included under the kingdom Protista. Clear? A kingdom Protista is further subdivided into, we've already seen chrysophytes, which includes diatoms, desmids, okay, golden algae. Diatom, they are the chief producers of the oceans. Then dinoflagellates, then euglenoids, which includes euglena. They have both animal-like and plant-like characteristics. Then slime molds, they are fungus-like because they are saprophytic. Fungus, they are also saprophytic. Then protozoans, they are heterotrophic. they are animal-like. Next question, which one of the following is wrong for the fungi? Or which of the following statement is false for the fungi? Okay, so what are the options here? Option number A is all fungi possess a purely cellulosic cell wall. Second is they are heterotrophic. Third is they are both unicellular and multicellular. Fourth is they are eukaryotic. So what is the false statement? What is the incorrect statement? What is the wrong statement? So what will be the correct answer? Okay, the correct answer is 1. All fungi possess a purely cellulosic cell wall. Okay, this is a wrong statement. Now let's have a look at the explanation. Fungi constitute a unique kingdom of eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms. Okay, they are eukaryotes. Usually the fungi, they are multicellular, but there is one exception, which is yeast. Yeast is unicellular eukaryote. And the cell wall of fungi, it is made up of chitin. The cell wall of fungi, they're composed of chitin and polysaccharides. So option number 1 is the incorrect statement here. The next question, methanogens belong to. So methanogens, they are the bacteria which produces methane gas. Okay. So methanogens, they are also the part of the human flora also. So out of the total human flora, 10% are methanogens. Okay, so what are the options here? A is archaebacteria, 2 is dinoflagellate, third is slime molds, and fourth is eubacteria. What will be the correct answer for this question? Okay, the answer is archaebacteria, means option number 1 is correct. So archaebacteria, they are primitive bacteria and they are known as extremophiles because they live in the extreme environments. Now let's have a look at the explanation. So methanogens, they are archaebacteria that produce methane as a metabolic byproduct. Archaea is one of the 3 domains of life alongside bacteria and eukarya. So there were 3 domains. So 3 domain system were given by Carl Weiss. So archaea is one of the 3 domains. So what are the 3 domains? Archaea, bacteria, and eukarya. Archaebacteria belongs to archaea. They are the primitive bacteria. Okay, and how they can survive in extreme conditions? Because of the presence of unique composition of the cell wall. In archaebacteria, the cell wall is not made up of peptidoglycan. Instead of peptidoglycan, it consists of pseudomurine and some glycoproteins. Now, methanogens, they are a specific group of archaea that are capable of surviving and thriving in anaerobic environments, means oxygen-free environment. So methanogens, they can survive in anaerobic conditions. Okay. What anaerobic conditions? Swamps, marshes, and digestive tracts of animals. So methanogens are even present in the, you can say, in the gut of the ruminating animals like cattle. And as I've told you, they are a part of human flora also. Next question, you have to select the wrong statement. Again, you have to select the incorrect statement. Okay. These are, you can say, you can get these types of question where statements are given to you. You have to select whether the statement is correct or incorrect. What is the first statement? Diatomaceous earth is found by the cell walls of the diatom. Is this statement true or false? And second, diatoms are chief producers in the oceans. Then third one, diatoms are microscopic and float passively in the water. Means they are planktonic. And fourth one, the walls of diatoms are easily destructible. So which statement is the wrong statement? So let's have a look at the answer. Okay, number 4. Okay, option number 4 is the correct answer. The walls of the diatoms are easily destructible. This is the wrong answer. Because the cell wall of the diatoms, it consists of silica, and silica is indestructible. That's why when the atom die, okay, and these cell walls, they accumulate because they consist of silica. And over billions of years, it has formed diatomaceous earth. Let's have a look at the explanation. Diatoms are the chief producers in the oceans. Okay, they can photosynthesize. That's why they are known as the producers. They are microscopic and float passively in the water currents, means they are planktonic. The walls are embedded with the silica, and thus the walls are indestructible. The walls of diatoms are not easily destructible because again they consist of silica. Okay, clear. Next question, which of the following sets of disease is caused by bacteria? Means you have to name a bacteria which is pathogenic. So what are pathogens? Organism which can cause diseases. What are the option? Option number 1 is typhoid and smallpox. Second is tetanus and mumps. Third is herpes and influenza. And fourth is cholera and the tetanus. So what will be the answer for this question? So let's have a look at the answer. Okay, option number 4 is the correct answer, cholera and tetanus. Let's have a look at the explanation. Now, what is a disease? So disease is any abnormal condition that negatively affects the structure or function of all or part of an organism. Okay, so whenever a disease occurs, what happens? The physiology of this person changes. Okay, then the morphology also changes. Sometimes you can get you can say some rashes on your skin. Okay, so these organisms, they negatively affect your body. These diseases can be caused by bacteria, viruses, protozoans, fungi, helminths. Okay, so bacterial diseases. Okay, illness caused by bacteria. This is known as bacterial disease, such as tetanus, which is caused by Clostridium tetani, cholera, which is caused by Vibrio cholerae, and typhoid, which is caused by Salmonella typhi. Okay, so these are diseases which are caused by the bacteria. There are certain viral diseases also, okay, such as mumps. Mumps are viral diseases. Okay, now herpes. What is herpes virus? Herpes simplex virus. And influenza, this is a viral disease caused by influenza virus. And smallpox, which is caused by variola strain of virus. Next question, which among the following are the smallest living cells known without a definite cell wall? Means they do not have a cell wall. They are pathogenic to plants and animals, and they can survive without the oxygen. Okay. So all the information is given in the question here. You have to name that organism with these characteristic features. What are the option? 1 is Bacillus, second is Pseudomonas, third is Mycoplasma, fourth is Nostoc. So what will be the answer for this question? Answer is option number 3, Mycoplasma. Let's have a look at the explanation. So mycoplasma organisms that completely lack a cell wall. That's why they are the smallest living organism. Okay, they can cause diseases in plants and animals, so they are pathogenic to plants and animals, and they can survive without the oxygen. Many mycoplasma are pathogenic in plants and animals. Now, next question. Which of the following are found in extreme saline conditions? Okay. What are the options here? Archaebacteria, eubacteria, cyanobacteria, and mycobacteria. So what will be the answer for this question? Let's have a look at the answer. Answer here is option number 1, which is Archaebacteria. So Archaebacteria, they are the primitive bacteria. They are known as extremophils. Okay. So halophiles, these are the bacteria which can survive in high salt conditions or extreme saline conditions. Okay. So there are 3 types of Archaebacteria: methanogens, which can produce methane and they can survive in anaerobic condition. Then halophiles, which can survive in extreme salty conditions. And then thermoacidophils, which can survive in hot springs where the temperature is very high. Halophiles, they are salt loving, they are extremophile organisms, and they can survive in extreme saline conditions. Next, mycorrhiza are the examples of. What are the options? Fungistasis, amensalism, antibiosis, and mutualism. So, what will be the correct answer for this question? Okay, so let's have a look at the answer. So, there we are talking about mycorrhiza. So, what is mycorrhiza? Myco means fungus, rhiza means roots. Okay, so answer is option number 4, mutualism. Let's have a look at the explanation. Now, mutualism is a kind of symbiosis in which both the involved or partners or both the involved organisms are benefited. So both the interacting partners are benefited. Okay, in symbiosis. So mycorrhiza is the association of fungus with the roots of the higher plants. Okay. And this fungus, which forms the association with the roots of the higher plants, this belongs to class Ascomycetes. Now, how both the partners are benefited? So the fungus, it obtains the sugars or carbohydrates from the plants because plant can photosynthesize and produces sugars. These sugars are taken up by the fungus, and in return the fungus provides minerals and water to the plants. So this fungus provide minerals like phosphorus, potassium, okay, to the plants. Both the partners are benefited. Now the fungi colonize the root system of the host plant, providing increased water and mineral absorption capabilities. Meanwhile, the plant provides the fungus with carbohydrate formed from photosynthesis. Thus, both of them are benefited. The next question: which of the following is correctly matched for the product produced by them? Okay, so here they have given you the name of the organism, and then they have given you the name of the product. So, what is the correct match here? Okay, so first is Acetobacter aceti. Does it produce antibiotics? Option number B is Methanobacterium. Does it produce lactic acid? Third is Penicillium notatum. Does it produce acetic acid? And fourth is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Does it produce ethanol? So what is the correct matched here? Okay. Let's have a look at the answer here. The answer is option number fourth is the correct answer. Means Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is yeast. This is the scientific name of yeast. And in yeast, alcoholic fermentation takes place, which is a kind of anaerobic respiration. In alcoholic fermentation, what is produced? Alcohol is produced, which is ethanol. And along with ethanol, carbon dioxide is also produced. That's why yeast is used in making the alcoholic beverages also like beer. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is commonly called brewer's yeast also, as well as baker's yeast also. Why it is known as baker's yeast? Because it's used in making bread. The rise in the dough is because of the production of carbon dioxide from the yeast. And why it is known as brewer yeast? Because it is useful in making or used in making the alcoholic beverages, because it is producing ethanol. So yeast is widely used in fermentation of bread, malted cereals, and fruit juices as well. It aids in the fermentation of carbon dioxide into ethanol. Let's discuss this question. Which of the following is the correct statement? What are the options here? Bacteria are exclusively heterotrophic organisms. Okay. Means bacteria are always heterotrophic organisms. B, slime molds are saprophytic organisms classified under kingdom Monera. So are slime molds included intermonerans? Okay, so are slime molds prokaryotes? In option number C, mycoplasma have DNA, ribosomes, and the cell wall it is saying. And D, cyanobacteria are a group of autotrophic organisms classified under the kingdom Monera. So what is the correct statement here? So let's have a look at the answer. The answer is option number D. Fourth is the correct answer. Cyanobacteria are a group of autotrophic organisms classified under kingdom Monera. This is the correct statement here. Cyanobacteria, known as blue-green algae, they can photosynthesize. They are photoautotrophic. And they are classified under the kingdom Monera. So they are unicellular prokaryotes. Cyanobacteria have chlorophyll A similar to green plants and are photosynthetic autotrophs. Cyanobacteria are unicellular, colonial, or filamentous, freshwater, marine, or terrestrial algae which are included in the kingdom Monera. Now let's discuss this question. You have to identify the asexual reproductive structures associated with the penicillium. So penicillium is a fungus. Penicillium belongs to the class Ascomycetes. So how does the members of the class Ascomycetes reproduce? Asexually, they're talking about asexual reproduction. What are the asexual reproductive structures formed in penicillium, which belongs to class Ascomycetes? What are the options here? A is conidia, B is gamuse, C is buds, and D is zoospores. So what will be the correct answer here? Okay, so let's have a look at the answer. Answer is conidia, means option number A is the correct answer here. So conidia, they are the asexual spores. Okay, so asexual spores are conidia produced exogenously. So they are produced exogenously in ascomycetes on a special mycelium called conidiophore. So conidiophore is a stalk on which the conidia is present. Okay, hence the correct answer is option number A, as penicillium is an example of ascomycetes. What is the sexual spores in ascomycetes? They are ascospores. 8 ascospores are produced in the members of ascomycetes. Okay, so answer is option number A, conidia. Again, you can get this type of question. This is a column-based question here, where list 1 and list 2 is given to you. In list 1, the name of the fungus is given to you. These are the scientific name of the fungus. And in list 2, you can see the common name of these fungus are given. So you have to match list 1 with list 2. These are the options here. First option is, okay, this is the first option, A, then B, then C, then D. So what will be the correct answer here? So let's have a look at the answer. The correct answer is option number 1 or option number A, you can say. So let's have a look at the explanation now. So Rhizopus, this is known as the bread mold. It grows on the bread. Okay, so A will be 3. Astilago, this causes smut diseases in the plants. So B will be 2nd. Then Puccinia is causes rust disease in the wheat. So C matches with the 4th option in the list 2. Puccinia is a causes rust disease in the wheat. Then Agaricus, this is a common edible mushroom. So D matches with the first one here. Okay, that's why answer is option number A, A3, B2, C4, and D1. So again, you should remember the scientific name of the fungus, and you should also remember the common names of the fungus as well. Okay, you should also know the disease which is caused by that fungus. You should know the, you can say, ecological importance of that fungus. Okay, some of the fungus, they are saprophytic. Okay, usually they are saprophytic. Some are heterotrophic also, means they are parasitic. Okay, so within heterophytes, there are 2 categories, saprophytic and parasitic. Mostly the fungi, they are saprophytes, but they can be parasitic also. They can cause diseases in plants, animals, and even humans also. Now let's discuss this question, which one of the following is not a criteria for classification of the fungi. Okay. The fungi has been classified into various classes. Okay. Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes. So this classification was based on certain criteria. Or you can say these fungi, these different fungi, they were placed into different groups based on certain features. Okay. So what are the options? Option number is morphology of the mycelium. So what is mycelium? It is the network of the hyphae. What are hyphae? They are thin thread-like structures. Then B is mode of nutrition, means whether they are autotrophic or whether they are heterotrophic. Okay, what are autotrophs? Which can prepare their own food using sunlight. as well as pigments such as chlorophyll. Okay. Another mode of nutrition is heterotrophy. Okay. Heterotrophs which obtain nutrients from the other organisms. Here. Third one is the option number C is the mode of the spore formation. How the spore is being formed here. So they are asexual spores and then there are sexual spores also. The mode of spore formation, and fourth is the fruiting body. Like in Ascomycetes, ascocarp is produced. In Basidiomycetes, basidiocarp is produced. So what would be the correct answer for this question? So let's have a look at the answer. Okay, the answer is option number B, mode of nutrition. This is not the primary criteria for the classification of the fungi. Let's have a look at the explanation. A mode of nutrition is not considered for classifying fungi as they are classified on the basis of these features, which we will discuss now. Mode of nutrition is not a primary criteria for the classification of the fungus. Okay, so what are the criteria for the classification of fungus? The first one is morphology of the mycelium, then the mode of spore formation, okay, and then the kind of fruiting body which is formed. So within this fruiting body, you can say in Ascomycetes, fruiting body is ascocarp. Within this ascocarp, aci are produced. Within aci, ascospores are produced. Similarly, in Basidiomycetes, basidiocarp is produced. Within basidiocarp, basidium is formed, and you can say these basidiospores, they are produced on the basidia exogenously, on the sterigma. Okay. So we have discussed the NEET PYQs. So you can see here different types of PYQ we have discussed. Some of the PYQs, they were statement based. Some of the PYQs, in some of the PYQ, the options were just one word. In some of the PYQ, the options were full statements. So they have given you these facts and you have to explain whether these statements, whether these facts, they are true or false. Then some of the questions, they were column based, in which list 1 and list 2 were given to you. You have to match the list 1 with list 2. Okay, so you should know the scientific name of these fungus. You should know the common name. You should know the disease which are caused by these fungus. You should know the beneficial role of these fungus. You should know about the symbiotic relation of these fungus. Okay, this is clear. So I hope this session was quite knowledgeable for you. We'll meet you in the next session. Thank you very much for listening.